be.
I just want to be.
I just want to be successful. Let me. Listen, I know. See, some people don't like that word, but it's a good word. Touch your neighbor and tell them, I want to be successful. Tell them that. I want to be successful. Well, the one thing that we taught you some time ago is that success always leaves a clue. That find somebody that's achieving the results that you want. Model their behavior, you get their results. So when it comes time to being blessed, it's about being successful. Everybody say it again. I just want to be.
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 I just want to be successful.
I just want to be successful.
Well, I got somebody here that literally, since we're in that same framework, started from the bottom.
Okay. I see what you're doing now.
Not here. Listen, we all in the same vein right here. Look at your neighbor and tell them I'm a controller. Tell them that.
I'm a controller. Okay.
I got somebody here that was below being broke.
That's
now,
low. That's low.
You know what it means to be broke, right? Living from paycheck to paycheck, you know what I'm saying? You know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, paying half of the light bill and then half of the cable bill. Some of y'all
Come on now.
understand what that is.
Come on now.
Y'all know what it is to live and only have $5 to last you through the course of the week. I know some of y'all grand. Some of y'all know what it's like to ride with the windows down because you thought if you rolled with the air conditioner on, it was going to make the gas run out faster.
Come on, Bishop.
From delivering pizzas to now running a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Look at your neighbor and tell them it's all right to be blessed. It's okay to be successful. Tell them that. Tell them that. I want to be a millionaire so very bad, buy them all the things I never had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got somebody here that's going to teach us how to get to the next level because he did it himself. Amen. He did it himself. I heard G blessed y'all in a great way on last week. But I need y'all to stand to y'all feet and make some noise. If you want to be blessed and successful, open up your mouth and give God praise. For Antoine Landry will tell us, I want to be a millionaire so very bad, buy all the things I've done.
Let's go, babe.
Good morning. Give God some praise in this place.
Come on, yes.
Thank you, Bishop, for that wonderful introduction.
Yes.
It is a blessing to be here this morning. Y'all can have a seat. Man, it's such an honor. I just want to say this. Shout out to everybody who made it to church this morning. On a day where it was so easy to miss it.
Right.
The weather changed. Yesterday it was hot. And today now we got cold rain, just like that. And God just wanted me to share with y'all that if anybody's under fire right now, anybody's under some heat, just as fast as the weather changed, God about to keep the fire.
Come on up. Kick it off, man.
Shout for that your heat is about to be cooled off.
Yes.
I'm excited to share with y'all. I just want to do this before I get started. I first want to give glory and praise and honor to God for waking me up this morning. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Also, want to give a shout out to Bishop and Pastor Fran for giving me this platform to share with you people. Now, I know this is not something that you take lightly, and I appreciate the platform. And somebody's life is going to be changed today. I'm excited. Also, I want to shout out my mother. My mom is in the house right now. So, please stand. That's right. The woman, listen, the woman who gave birth to this beast is right there. And then last but definitely first, I want to give a special shout out to my beautiful, lovely wife, the awesome Shabbat. I always say it, but something new that I'm saying, because she's so good is why I'm so bad. You understand? I'm a bad man. But it's because she's so
right. I like it. I'm going to steal that one. I like that one.
She's one of the guest speakers at Friday with Freddie. She did a phenomenal job. So big, I love you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we're going to continue to do great things together.
Yes,
so,
we will.
Cindy, man, we're going to have a great time today. If many of y'all know me, man, it was good to come back. I see a lot of my friends and family that joined us today. We also got some of my teammates here from Beat Station, and so appreciate the support. And, it's a great time for me right now. I don't believe in coincidence, but today is March 31st. And it's also the end of the third month of the year. And if you understand how the cycle of the year goes, there's 12 months in a year, and every 3 months is the end of a quarter. A lot of businesses track their progress.
Yes, we do.
Quarters,
Yep.
right? And I remember at the end of last year, 2018, and start 2019, Bishop declared that 2019 was going to be the best year yet.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And so, a lot of people, everybody got fired up about it. Everybody got excited about it. Man, this is going to be my best year yet, man. We talk about miracles and stuff like that. Well, today is the end of the first quarter.
All right.
And the question that we got to start off this time with is, how are you doing so far?
All right.
And one of the challenges that I found that most people have every single year is that when when 1 year ends, we get hyped, we get hope, our hopes are up, and then we start off with this great journey, man. We want to do so well, whether it's in our health. People get to the gym, they work out, for a little while, then they stop. Whether it's getting our relationships right, whether it's a relationship with God, whether it's a relationship with our family, whether it's a relationship with our friends, and we got these great intentions. And then also, everybody has these goals and dreams to get everything right with my money. Am I right? But after the first quarter, if we all honest, and I hope that we're honest there, a lot of us after the first 3 months are not where we still not where we want to be. Anybody still not where we want to be?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
part of my talk today is to share with y'all, why is that? Why is it every single year, even though I start the new year with good intentions, after the first quarter, it seems like I fall off my goal. It seems like I fall off track. It seems like something just comes in my life and just knocks me out, knocks the wind out of me. And it seems like the year's gone by the time the summertime comes. And then by the time June comes, we always talking about next year. Right? And so one of my goals today is to share with y'all one of the things that I truly believe, and one of the challenges I truly believe that stops most people from living their best life. And so, like I said, I'm excited about this time of the year. It's the height of basketball season right now. This is why I'm excited.
Yeah.
For the NBA, the regular season's about to end. The playoffs are about to start. So now we're about to start seeing some of the most competitive games of all year round. So the NBA is going to be the best time ever right now. Also, I don't know how many of y'all follow college sports, but it's also the heart of the NCAA tournament, right? We get down to the Final Four, man. And I remember when I was in college, I actually had a chance to play in the Final Four, right? Not the Final Four, I'm sorry, good Lord. I had to play in the national tournament, and we lost the first round, man. I went to UL Lafayette, and we played NC State in the first round. And we lost, man. That's a whole nother story. I could spend an hour on why we lost, but I ain't here to do that, right? But nevertheless, but also what's giving me the most joy right now this basketball season is my son. My only son has started playing basketball, man. Listen, I have the greatest joy watching him play, right? And what's funny is, we got him playing different things. He plays soccer, and he just picked up different balls around the house, but he actually took an interest in the game that I love, basketball, right? So I'm just like, boy, look. And I say, listen to me, bro. If you play this game, we gonna do this thing. You understand that? We ain't going out here and make a fool of ourselves, man. You got my name on you, boy. You a Landry, man. Listen. I made a name for myself in this city with the game of basketball. So if you're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. You're gonna take it seriously. He's only 8 years old. He's so immature. He just want to run up and down the court, and so we took him out for his first season playing basketball. And I'm telling y'all this, I've learned more in watching my son play his first season of basketball than all my 25 years of playing the game, right? And so, and I thought it was interesting that, how the game of basketball relates to the game of life. And one of the things that people got to understand, if you're serious about living your best life, you have to understand that life is a game. Yeah. And you got to learn how to play it. But if you never learn the rules to the game, and you don't understand position, then it's going to be very easy to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And then what happens is you get this overwhelming frustration, and then you start to lose hope, you start to lose belief, you start to lose faith that you can even make it to, or achieve whatever God wants you to achieve. And so I'm watching him play, right? And so he goes out, check this out, he goes out, and he's running with the boys and stuff like that, boys on his level, and I'm walking him to the gym, right? And so his first day on the gym, I'm behind him. He's never been on the court before. So I'm with him. Dad is with him, right? Now listen, I played the game before, right? But on his field, I can't play on his field with him. Number one, because I'm too big, and number two, I'm ineligible. You understand that? All my playing days is over, but this is his field, right? And so nevertheless, even though I'm with him, this is his field.
I hear that.
I'm getting to a point right now. Even though I'm with him, this is his field. One of the biggest challenges that most people have achieving high levels of success is you don't realize that God can't play on this field because number one, he's too big and he's ineligible. He's a spirit.
All right.
You understand that? The only way God can impact what happens on this side of heaven is through you. That's why the Bible says, greater is he that is in me than he is in the world, right? So this playground is for us.
That's good, sir.
And I've always said this, and I tell it to my team all the time, one of the greatest news of all time in life is that God doesn't require perfection to get all his blessings. Perfection is not a requirement. That
Thank
is
God. Thank God.
of all time, because if perfection was a requirement to get all God's blessings,
we'd be out.
None of us.
My God.
would get them. So
My
I
God.
should praise God that perfection is not required.
Thank
But
God.
here's the thing.
Thank God.
Even though perfection isn't a requirement, position is. Position is a requirement. Obedience to principle is a requirement. And so even though perfection isn't, you better make sure that you're in the right position. There's so many people have so many talents, so many gifts, so many skills. Problem is we've been in the wrong position, and that's why we can't get God's best. That makes sense. So listen. So he's playing this
Boy,
game.
you preaching up there.
And so I'm teaching them the fundamentals of the game. Bishop, I'm teaching the fundamentals of the game, right? And so he's watching this stuff on TV, on YouTube, and all this kind of stuff, and he ain't got no fundamentals. He ain't got no base. He just want to dribble all the ball, dribble it all off his foot and all this kind of stuff. He making all kind of violations, right? And so I'm saying, son, you gotta slow down, baby. You gotta slow down. There's some basics to the game you gotta know. And one of the first things I'm teaching my son in the game is basketball is this. From an offensive standpoint, the only person that can score is the man with the ball.
All right.
And I don't care, all these moving parts, they got all these moving people moving, but listen, only the man with the ball can score, right? And so one of the reasons why you want to make sure you protect the ball is because the only man that can impact the game is the man with the ball. He's the only one can score, right? And so we're working on these dribbling drills and stuff like that. And then from a defensive standpoint, I'm telling you, listen, on defense, now you know on offense, only the man with the ball can score, but on defense, same rule, only the man with the ball can score, right? So you gotta watch the man with the ball and you gotta watch your man even if you don't have it, right? And so I'm teaching them this, the basics, right? And so watch this. So he's on the floor and he's running up and down, man, and all this kind of stuff. And so he's making shots. And one of the things that Ace loves about the game is when he scores. Now he can travel and turn the ball over and throw it away 50 million times and dive on the floor and skin up in these, but when he makes a shot, oh my goodness, he do this walk. He make a shot, he do this walk like this. Where do you get that from? You know what I'm saying? And so nevertheless, I thought it was funny, and then so now I'm teaching him rebounding, right? I'm teaching him rebounding. And so in his first year, he made the All-Star game. And in the All-Star game, this is where all the best players are playing, right? So and I said, Ace, what can we expect from you in the All-Star game? And they said, greatness. I said, boy, out of the mouth of babes, 8 years old, man, he expected greatness. So nevertheless, he had this one play, and I'm getting to my point of what's going to change people's lives today. He makes this one play, right? He goes up, and they lose him, right? He goes, I say, Ace, man, you got to get some rebounds, man. You got to get the ball, right? So he goes up, and he gets the rebound. He jumps up, he gets a rebound, and I'm saying, go, 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 and he does this. And I'm saying, Ace, what are you doing, baby? Come on, man, it's time to go. We down, man, we gotta move, we gotta move, we gotta move. And he gets the ball, and he does this. And I'm saying to myself, man, what is he doing? But Bishop, I can't make plays because I'm ineligible to get in the game. I said, well, that ain't what you're doing. I'm saying, and I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, hey, come on, baby, come on, we gotta move, we gotta move. You got the ball. You got the ball. Listen, City of Love, you got the ball. You ain't got to move. One of the biggest mistakes is when you do not realize who has the ball. And so many people do in real life, just like in basketball. If you think God is the one with the ball, then you gonna be the one coaching him to play. And he ain't the one playing on this level. Do you understand?
Come on, babe.
It's like for us to play the game, but if you think he's the one with the ball and you coaching him.
I hear you.
God, do this for me. Go, let me watch God do it. Let me see what, and God is saying, listen, I ain't playing right now. No, you got to reverse this thing. We got to make a shift. And you got to understand, no, I'm going to speak through you. I'm going to put my spirit through you. I'm going to give my wisdom through you. And you going to make the play. I'm going to send my gifts through you.
Come on, babe.
I'm going to teach it through you. I'm going to get everything through you. And you're going to be the one that if you think I got the ball, you going to keep asking me for something that I already blessed you with.
Yes, Lord.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I said, man, you know, and so I said, man, they got this,
The word right there, man.
There's this, I don't even call it a statement, but a lot of us have heard this before, that what's for you is for you. But God told me to tell y'all something. That ain't all the way true.
I get it. You're right.
And the true statement is this. What's for you is for use.
I hear that.
And if you don't use it, you don't use it.
Oh, that's how that goes.
If you walk around like thinking what's for you is for you, then what you gonna do is like my son Nate, you'll take your biggest talent.
My God. My God.
Step with you because what's for you is for you. And what I learned is it breeds a spirit of procrastination. It breeds a spirit of paralysis. When you God these people to move, to go impact people, to change people's lives and bring light to them, you got the biggest talent, the biggest power, but because you think what's for you is for you, and nobody can touch it, and nobody can do nothing.
Come on, man.
Take it away. You just ball up like this. So I come to share with y'all something.
This is good.
Come on now.
Get that from? Turn to your neighbor and say, where you get that from?
Where he get that from?
So I'm going to turn to a scripture, it's a familiar scripture.
This is good.
Turn to Matthew 25. Matthew 25 is a familiar scripture that most of y'all know, but I promise you, you don't know it like this. Matthew 25, verse 14 through 30. That's the parable of the talents.
All right.
Many of y'all know it, true or false?
True.
But I guarantee you to know it like this, right? Because I'm going to show you where I get that from. What's for you is not for you. What's for you is for use. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So and what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle between two versions, right? So I'm going to read out the Amplified, but I'm also read it out the message Bible, because I really want y'all to get this message. It's going to set somebody free, right?
Okay, come on now.
And this message that I'm about to share with y'all, it's not really designed to make y'all shout. If you do, I accept the shout too. But I really want you to make a shift. Because in order to maximize the next 3 quarters of the game of 2019 so we can really get in position to live our best life, we're going to have to make a shift. So whether you shout, it's on you, but I'm concerned with the shift. So here we go, right? I don't know what we got over here. Okay, it's all good. I'll read it to you. Matthew 25, verse 14 through 30, and I'm gonna kind of get through it as fast as I can because I really want to get to the point. It's in the Amplified version, right? So 14 says, "For it is just like a man who was about to take a journey, and he called his servants together and entrusted them with his possessions. To one he gave 5 talents. Everybody say 5 talents.
5 talents.
To another 2, and to another 1. Each according to his own abilities. And then he went on to his journey. Then the one who had received the 5 talents went at once, traded with them, and he made a profit." And I said, made a profit? And I don't have the time to go into this, but one of the things you should do when this service is over is go look up the definition of profit.
Right.
I say, man, a prophet. I said, am I fine? I know what prophet means, right? But he had 5 and he gained 5 more. It said, likewise, the one who had 2, he made a profit and gained 2 more. But the one who had received the 1 went and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. Now, after a long time, I'm on 19. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with him. And the one who had received the 5 talents came and brought him 5 more, saying, Master, you entrusted me 5 talents. See, I have made a profit and gained 5 more talents. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Y'all see,
Yes.
Amplified up there? Do y'all see the profit?
We see it. Yep.
Does everybody see it? Because I need y'all to see the word profit on your paper. You got to see the word profit. But it's in a breakdown here. And I said, I want to tell somebody this, man. Listen, with the talent God gave you, if you can't make a profit, then it's time for you to stop it. God is in the profit.
Okay, now.
Listen. He's not in the wage business. He ain't in the salary business. And it's right here. He said, so I'm thinking all these talents and gifts you got, if you can't turn that into a profit, one of the questions I ask people all the time, I understand you might make good money, you might do well, but if you can't double the talent, you cannot, if you make 100 grand, if you can't go from 100 to 200 grand, if you had 200, if you can't go from 2 to 4, if you can't go from 4 to 8, a million to 2 million, then listen to me, you're in the wrong business. God is in a profit business, because it says right here, see, I have made a profit.
Yeah. All right.
And gained 5 more talents. Look what his master said. His master said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful and trustworthy over little. I will put you in charge of many things. Share the joy of your master. Also, the one who had 2 talents, same thing. You entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I've made a profit and gained 2 more talents. The master said to him, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful and trustworthy over little. And y'all know the rest of the story. But here's what I want to get to. 24. The one who had received 1 talent also came forward saying, Master, I knew you to be a harsh and demanding man, reaping the harvest where you did not sow, gathering where you did not scatter seed. So look what he says, I was afraid to lose the talent. I was afraid to lose the talent, so what did I do? I went and hid the talent in the ground, and see, you have what is your own. But look what the master says this, because I'm going to show you where I get that from. What's for you is not for you. What's for you is for use. But his master answered him and said this, you wicked, lazy servant, you knew that I reaped the harvest where I did not sow and gather where I did not scatter seed. Then you ought to have put my money with the bankers, and at my return I would have received my money back with interest. So here's where I go, 28. Everybody say 28.
28.
So take the talent away from him and give it to the one who has the
10 talents.
For to everyone who has, watch this, and values his blessings and gifts from God and has used them wisely, more will be given.
Repeat that.
That's it right there.
Just one minute right here. For to everyone who has, right, and values his blessings and gifts from God and has used them wisely, much more will be given, and he will be richly supplied.
Come on now.
So that he will have an abundance. He said, wait a minute, man, I got all this stuff. I seem like I'm doing all the right stuff, but why I ain't rich yet? Why the wealth ain't hit me yet? It seems like I'm doing right, I'm living right, I'm being nice to people, I'm being kind, people doing me wrong, and I ain't telling them nothing, I ain't going off like I used to.
Come on now.
All the riches ain't hit me. What it has, it has something to do deeper than that, right? It also has to do with how you value and how you multiply the gifts God gave you, right? But look what he said. He said this, but from the one who does not have, because he has ignored or disregarded his blessings and gifts from God, even what he does have will be taken away.
Right.
So this notion that what is for you is for you. It's not all the way true, because based on here, if you don't value what God gave you, if you don't grow what God gave you, if you don't multiply, you just keep it to yourself. Even once the most.
Come on now.
You ever been in a scene, you seem like the people that's got it, they always keep getting it?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, man, no matter how hard I work, no matter what I do, man, it seems like nothing ever works for me. But I'm telling you the reason why. Because if you, it's like this, if you go to God and ask Him for something that He's already given you, that is the assumption that He never gave it to you.
My God.
So if I look at you and you look at me and say, well, you never gave it to the first place, but now you're disrespecting my gift-giving deal. If the Bible says, I blessed you with all spiritual things. Listen, you got my son.
My God. Yes.
You got my spirit that walk with you every single day.
Yes.
You got my system, the word of God. It teaches you how to do, what to do, when to do. You got my system. You got my son. You got my spirit. You got my system, and you got my safety. I told you no weapons formed against yourself.
Come on now.
So why are you still asking me for stuff that I gave you? See, probably a lot of people still want God to do His best. That ain't His best. His son ain't His best.
Come on now.
His system ain't His best. His safety ain't His best. See, when the order for us to go from one level to the next level, you got the ball, and you got to do your best. Because if you don't, even what you have, see that personality that you have, even that personality is going to be taken away from you and give it to the one who got the most. See that creativity that you have, you got to realize that the creativity that you have, that you're not putting out, comes from the creator that's within you.
Come on now.
If you don't do nothing, if you take all your creativity and you start putting on these low-income jobs, brother, but it suffocates your ability to think, it suffocates your ability to multiply, then even what you have will be taken away from you, and it will be given to the one who has the most.
My God.
What is for you ain't just for you, baby.
Come on now.
What's for you is for use.
That's it. That's it. That's
If you
it.
don't use it,
You will lose it.
you lose it.
Ooh. Okay.
And listen, hey, see, in the Message Bible, it says it like this. The servant given 1,000 said, Master, I know you have high standards and hate careless ways that you demand a best. Listen, this is the theme of the year. Declare this is going to be your best year. Look what it says in the Message. The servant given 1,000 said, Master, I know you have high standards and hate careless ways, that you demand the best and make no allowances for error. I was afraid I might disappoint you, so I found a good hiding place and secured your money. Here it is, safe and sound down to the last cent. Look at this, 26 in the Message version. The master was furious. People say jobs bring security. I was afraid I might disappoint you, so I found a good hiding place and secured your money. Here it is, safe and sound to the last cent. But the master replied, he was furious. It's one thing to be mad, it's another thing to be furious. Anybody ever been furious with something?
Yes.
You got to get the security thing out your brain, man. God ain't in the security. God's in what Bishop just said, success.
Right.
Look what he said, that's a terrible way to live. It's criminal to live cautiously like that. Y'all got that up there?
Yes.
Look at that. That's a terrible way to live. It's criminal to live cautiously?
Yes.
It's criminal. Wait, think about that for a second. See, that's criminal to live like that?
Yes.
With all this potential you got, all this power you got, all this influence you got, and you don't do nothing with it? You don't teach that to nobody? You don't transfer that to nobody? You're trying to give the impact?
Come on now, come on.
Like that? Look what he said. If you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the least?
My God.
The least you could do, or the least you could have done, would have been best the sum with the bankers, where at least I would have gotten a little interest. City of Love, I'm a go into my closing with this. In our quest to make 2019 our best year yet, we're gonna have to start taking pride in doing the least.
Wow.
It don't make sense, do it? But if you look at relationships or why they go bad, sometimes a lot of times relationships go bad because people are not doing the least they could do.
Right.
Say, Klein, what do you mean? when there's a Bishop, when there's a disagreement, man, you could have at least gave me a call. You could have at least said you were sorry.
At least.
At least acknowledge your part in it.
Come on now.
You could have at least stopped by the house. You could have at least wrote me a letter. You could have at least sent me a text.
At the very least.
Told me that it was gonna be okay. And so what are we looking to say? If you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the least? The problem with most people, Bishop, it ain't that they ain't doing their best. They not even doing the least.
Come on now. Come on now.
Won't working me out, right? Man, people want to get their body right. Do you understand? You know one of the challenges of getting your body right? It ain't that you ain't got the best workout. It ain't that you ain't got the best meal plan. You're not even doing the least that you could do to get your body right. Man, at least you could drink a gallon of water. I ain't saying change your whole diet, but at least you could drink a gallon of water.
Come on now. Call us out. Call us out.
But man, at least get one meal of green in you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you got to go outside and eat grass like a giraffe, but I'm saying at least
just something.
Start the process. See, everybody wants to do the best, but we're not even at the least part.
Come on, we gotta start somewhere. We gotta start somewhere.
When it comes to money, if you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the least?
All right.
My God.
Even when it comes to your money, listen, man. Listen, City. We ain't cats. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
Look around, ain't nobody cats in here. We ain't got 9 lives. This is it.
Right.
This is it, man. Like whatever. And listen, here's the scary part about life. This is the scary part about life. Nobody knows when your number's gonna be called. Nobody knows that.
Right.
Everybody know their birthday. Nobody knows that date. I don't care how wise you think you are. Nobody knows that, man. So every day of your life is a blessing.
Yes.
But with every day of your life and your strive to do the best, what am I telling you? My challenge to you is today, man, just start doing the least in every situation. Do the least you can do to make somebody happy in your relationship. Do the least you can do to celebrate somebody.
Come on now.
Do the least you can do to get your, I ain't saying run 2 miles, but man, just start jogging. At least you can do is start jogging, man. I ain't saying go lift 225 pounds, but at least start doing at least 5 push-ups. You know,
Come on, stop.
Come to your money. I ain't saying, y'all know I ain't saying staying on these jobs, but at least you can do is try an opportunity to get rich, man.
Come on, just at the very least.
He said, guess what? When you come back, I want to bless you to where you live in abundance and you furnish richly. Being rich is a godly thing. You cannot be the light to the world if you still living in darkness just like them. So that is a blessing.
My God.
So you get this stuff.
My God.
I want you to understand. Just leave this. You gotta stop doing the least.
That's a word.
That's it.
Man, I ain't saying go invest $100,000. Man, start small. Start small. We gotta start doing the least to get on track to start doing our best. You understand that?
Yeah.
But one of the reasons every single year that most people have the challenges that they have is not because they're not doing all they could do. No, Bishop, they're not doing the least.
Right. All right.
And when we start doing the least we could do to change as individuals, then we'll start changing families little by little. When we start changing families, then we'll start changing communities. And when we start changing communities, we'll change our culture. City of Love, I appreciate y'all. I hope that helped. I hope that touched somebody. But I just want y'all to know that everybody in this room has talent. Everybody in this room has gifts, but please do not leave here another day thinking that what's for you is for you. What's for you is for use. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Thank
God
you.
bless y'all.
Yes.
Clap those hands, everybody, and give God glory. We see that there are so many things that we've heard in church.
Good job, babe.
Almost all of our lives. And they may not have necessarily been wrong as much as it was incomplete. Or God brings another revelation to us. To hear somebody like Antoine Landry, who started delivering pizzas. His wife started off like many of you, single mother, I've been struggling. Until one day they did the most important thing they could, and that is this. They made a decision to change. Transformation begins at change. It begins when you make a decision.
Yes.
All right.
Whether it's little thing. It may not be going to the gym in the beginning. It may just be putting your workout clothes out the night before. It may not be changing the whole plan, but little by little, it begins with a decision. The word decision comes from the same word incision, which means to cut. Which means I'm making a decision to cut away all the things that I used to do and think and act and behave, but it begins with the decision that you have to make, and you gotta do it now. There is no tomorrow. The only time is true is right now. The past is already gone, the future's not here yet. All you have is right now. Every head, body, eye closed.